Dear students, hope you all are doing good at home. With today's online classes, we are going to study about atmospheric pressure and winds. This is the chapter from Geography for 9th standard. So let's start our video. First of all, atmospheric pressure and winds. What is atmospheric pressure? You know that Earth has a lot of layers as its atmosphere. So these layers rest on the Earth because of the gravitational pull. As air exerts its weight as pressure on the surface of the Earth, atmospheric pressure occurs. So आपको पता है कि एटमॉस्फेयर अर्थ के ऊपर रेस्ट करते हैं. Whenever as there is gravitational pull, जो upper layer will be exerting some pressure on the lower layers, and thus this is known as atmospheric pressure. Yeah, another word we can say that atmospheric pressure happens. In other words, the weight of the layers of the atmosphere is known as atmospheric pressure. Let's see how the distribution of atmospheric pressure. So here I am showing one diagram for you for your study purpose. It is easily shown that here equatorial low pressure belt 5 degree, in between 5 degrees it is stressing, okay, towards north pole and towards south pole, that means towards northern hemisphere and towards southern hemisphere. Comes here around 25 to 35 degrees having mid latitudinal high pressure belt. In other words, we can say as subtropical high pressure belt. Comes to 55 to 65 degrees subpolar low pressure belt. And last, almost 80 to 90 degree, it comes polar high pressure belt. So these are the main belts in both hemisphere. This is northern hemisphere and this is southern hemisphere. You can see both sides are equally distributed. For your study purpose, we are going to discuss one by one. So here diagram again shows, one diagram is there. I told you here subtropical high pressure belt, subpolar low pressure belt. Here polar high pressure belt is not shown in this diagram, still it is there. We have shown the first diagram. Okay, what are the factors affecting the temperature as well as the rotation of the earth are the two factors depending upon low pressure or high pressure. We can have it here. Low pressure is there, L for low pressure, H for high pressure, again L is there, and here 90 degree H high pressure is there. How it is happening in between L, in between H? So why this is a high pressure belt and low pressure belt? This is because of the temperature as well as rotation of the earth. Further explanation is needed for this because how temperature depends on the pressure. If the temperature increases, pressure will be decreasing. As you know that air gets heated by the rays of the sun, that means the increase in temperature. While it is heated, temperature is high, the air will be becoming light and going upward. Okay, so that is why the pressure of that area will be very less, low pressure. One more phenomena is there. When altitude increases, altitude means while we are going upward, pressure will be decreasing. That is why For example, if you are going to Kulu Manali during summer season, we feel very cold because in those areas pressure is very less. That is why we are feeling cold. So, two things are there: high altitude, pressure will be decreasing, and temperature increases, pressure will be decreasing. Next is depending upon the dynamic factors, that means rotation of the earth. Now, in the word, the Coriolis effect also affects the pressure belts. So, with these two conditions, sometimes low pressure belt is there and comes to upper areas, upper latitudes, high pressure, then again goes here upper latitude, lower belt, low pressure is there. So we will discuss these things in detail. So watch this continuously so that you will get each and every item clearly. So let's see first one, equatorial low pressure belt. Equatorial low pressure belt, equator, it is depending upon equator. So in another word, it is called intertropical convergence zone. This I will explain you. This is the important question for your board paper. So you have to listen carefully. Okay. So what are the characteristics of equatorial low pressure belt? The region is heated directly or vertically from the sun's rays. This area, you know that sun rays are directly coming, and as the sun rays are the layer of the what do you mean by the layers? I mean atmosphere get heated and goes upward. That is why here low pressure occurs. It is extending up to 5 degree north and 5 degrees south. That means southern latitude, southern hemisphere and northern hemisphere 5 degree north and south. But it may be changes according to the seasons up to 10 degree north and 10 degree south. This also we will learn in this chapter about how the shifting occurs and how the belts are changing from one place to another place, that we will be discussing later. So in this picture you can see that light pink color and some more white color, and it is the extension 10 degree north and 10 degree to south. I hope you understood. So I told you about this area is known as doldrums. Doldrums is a popular nautical term because while we are going some areas of sea level, the ship gets some problem that because of less wind may not be there, so they are feeling some problems. That is why they are called this areas as doldrums. This is due to the extreme calm condition, as there is very low pressure, having no, sometimes there is no wind blows even in seas. So this is known as doldrums. This may be a question for you, important. So I told you about the ITCZ. You will be asking, what do you mean by ITCZ? You can explain that. It is a intertropical convergence zone and it lies in equatorial low pressure belt. It is due to the convergence of trade winds from northeast and southeast. Here some arrows you can be visible, I think, from southeast and from northeast. Some arrows are shown. Here it is converging. Converging means it is mixing. These are the trade winds mixes in this area. That is why this area is called Intertropical Convergence Zone, yeah, ITCZ. So you get the idea. The trade winds, we will be learning about trade winds in next class. I am going to make a video about winds too, but in this class you just think that here, from here trade winds are blowing and it will be mixing in this area. That is why this area is called the intertropical convergence zone, yeah, ITCZ. Clear? So the same thing. So it is called tropical convergence zone or ITCZ. This answer you may get. It's an important question asked in many exams in board. Next, about subtropical high pressure belt. Comes to this here, blue color it is given over, and it is another name is the mid latitudinal high pressure belt. You will be asking why here almost high pressure क्यों होते हैं, even it is a little bit a subtropical high pressure, subtropical area always having temperature, still इधर high pressure क्यों हो सकते हैं? The reason is explaining you. It experiences a fairly high pressure throughout the year, but still it is high pressure due to the dynamic effect. I told you two factors are there. One is temperature and one is dynamic effect. That means rotation of the earth. So here the high pressure occurs due to the dynamic effect of the earth. That means you can say that's a Coriolis effect of the earth. Okay. So it extends in both sides 25 degree north and 35 degree south latitude, both sides 25 to 35 degree. Here you can see in this diagram 25 to 35 degree mid latitudinal high pressure belt. Yeah, it is called subtropical high pressure belts. Okay, this is the characteristics, extension, and here temperature is high, but still it is high pressure. Okay, it is due to the dynamic effect of the earth. How it is happening? Let's see. Warm air. Warm air comes from equatorial region and cools and subsidies near the subtropical high pressure belt. Here warm air comes here when the air makes heated, it will be rising up and it will be going here, and it is a tendency to go up to the polar region, but still from here winds will be coming, and due to these things it will be subsidizing in this area. Okay, this area it will be cooling and it is subsidized and near the subtropical high pressure belt. And that is why this is high pressure and due to the dynamic effect. This is caused for anticyclone condition and aridity of the air. Aridity means it may not have much moisture. Okay, moisture will not be there. That is why if moisture is not there, you know that rain will not be there. If rain is not there, it will be the cause for the formation of desert. जैसे बारिश नहीं ज़्यादा नहीं होगा तो उस जगह पे बारिश नहीं है तो डेसर्ट Rajasthan type climate will be there and formation will be there. That is why in this western side, almost west side of both areas is arid and having lot of deserts. This is about a subtropical high pressure belt. Comes to subpolar low pressure belts. So here diagram you already we can see the diagram here. Subpolar low pressure belt. It lies to 55 to 65 degree that we are going to study now. So this is both sides extend to 55 degree north and 65 degree south latitudes. Okay. So around 10 degrees in between. These belts are not thermally induced. You know that I told you if a temperature is increased then only low pressure belt occurs. But still here subpolar areas में भी low pressure belt आ गया. तो इसके मतलब ये नहीं है सिर्फ thermally induced नहीं है. That means here almost cool temperature, cool area it is, but still it is low pressure. क्यों? This is due to the dynamic effect. Still the dynamic effect occurs. So we can see that wind coming from subtropics and polar regions, and here convergence again occurs here. That means mixing occurs in this belt, and the air will be rising upward. Okay, so that is why this is having low pressure area, that means low pressure belt. ध्यान देना, this winds coming from subtropics and polar regions converging in this belt and rises up. जैसे एक converge होगा और rises up होती है, that is why that area having low pressure. Okay, not because even though it is having low temperature, cool temperature is there, still low pressure. This is because of the convergence and rising up. You know that if both layers are mixing up, it टकरा जाते हैं, they are mixing up, there will be some pressure creates and heat creates, and it will be rising upward. So as great difference in the temperature in these two areas, the chance for cyclonic storm. This is a question, why there is a cyclonic storm in subpolar low pressure belt, because of the convergence. Okay, so one word answer can be asked. So I told you the main cause, it is not thermally induced, but main cause is that the rotation of the earth, that means dynamically produced. This belt dynamically produced because of the rotation of the earth, yeah, Coriolis effect. I think you clear. And last area, polar high pressure belt. देखो, here you know that it is very cold, no? Very cold. Even though you know that this area having more dynamic effect is there, because having lot of speed is there for the rotation, but still it is high pressure belt. Okay, this area we are going to discuss about polar high pressure belt around 80 to 90 degree. Let's see. It extends to a small area around the North Pole and South Pole, both sides, here and here. Blue color you can see. This is one characteristic. High pressure belt is more due to low temperature. Okay, low temperature. Even though dynamic effect is there, dynamic factor is there. That means dynamic factor means rotating the earth. But it is also depending upon dynamic factor, but still it is overshadowed by the thermal factor. थर्मल फैक्टर आपने ये नहीं सोचना टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा है, थर्मल का मतलब टेम्परेचर नहीं है, दैट मीन्स टेम्परेचर इज लेस हियर. ओके, टेम्परेचर इज वेरी लो, दैट इज वाई इसके ये फैक्टर ज़्यादा ओवर शेडो कर रहे. दिस इज हैविंग लीडिंग फैक्टर दैन डायनामिक फैक्टर. डायनामिक फैक्टर से भी लीड करते हैं thermal factor. So even though dynamic factor is there, rotation is there, still it is having high pressure. Okay. So I hope you understand up to this. Now a small topic about shifting of pressure and wind belts. Mainly there are three factors. Main factors are affecting about the shifting. I told you seasonal wise अप साइड में या लो साइड में, मतलब नॉर्थर्न हेमिस्फीयर में नॉर्थ पोल तक जाते हैं, नॉर्थ साइड को जाते हैं और साउथ साइड को जाते हैं. एंड दिस इज ड्यू टू मेन थ्री फैक्टर्स. फर्स्ट वन इज insolation, second rotation, and third one is revolution. Okay, insolation means the temperature, yeah, the radiation of the sun's rays affecting on the surface of the earth, that is about the temperature. Next is rotation. I told you dynamic effect, rotation, Coriolis effect, this all are. Again revolution. Third factor is revolution. Revolution, due to revolution we are having seasonal changes. Due to rotation it is rotating around by itself. Its own axis earth rotates, and revolution earth rotates the sun. Okay, these are the three factors for the shifting of pressure and wind belts. Let's see. Next is about shifting of pressure and wind belts. Okay, here summer solstice on June 21st. All the belts will be shifting to northwards. It is because the vertical rays of the sun is coming to Tropic of Cancer. You know, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn and Equator. You know the idea. So this all belt will be going upward, that means northwards. Okay, and summer solstice, you know that the longest day and shortest night. It comes winter solstice on 23rd December. 23rd December, it's a longer day and shorter, longer night and shorter day. Here the vertical rays are coming to Tropic of Capricorn. So all the belts will be coming southwards. Okay, it will be shifting to southward. Here one question mark is there, that is not for your purpose, by mistake came. Anyway, so 23rd of December, you will be asking winter solstice where the pressure belts moves. You can give the answer southwards. Equinox. Equinox means equal days and equal nights. 2 days are there, even 21st March and 23rd of September. So here the vertical rays are coming to the equator and the all belt will take its normal position. जहाँ पर पोजिशन थे वहाँ पर वो वापस आ जाएगा. So these are the shifting of pressure and wind belts. So we are finishing this video up to here. Hope you like the video. Everybody share the video and tell your friends to watch the video. Well, okay, next video is coming soon. Thank you. Subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.